Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast, where your hosts, Tina and Colleen, talk about all things travel. From theme parks to cruises to all-inclusive resorts and more, they cover news, tricks, and insider tips to inspire your travel dreams. They love to travel and want you to love it too. Find out their best-kept secrets and learn how to make your next vacation extra magical, right here on the Magical Traveling Moms podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast. My name is Colleen and I am joined today with my beautiful co-host Tina. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about what I think is a growing trend, and that is family bucket list travel. So where are you going to go with your family? You only have so many years with your kids. This is something that my family and I just sat down and did recently. So I'm really excited to talk about it. But before we get started, we always like to say a little something about the sponsors of our show, Mystical Dream Travel. Mystical Dream Travel is a full service fee-free travel agency that specializes in Disney destinations, just all things Disney, Universal, Orlando, cruises, all-inclusive resorts, Hawaii, all of the wonderful, amazing places you want to go with your family. So if you are ready to plan your next family adventure, be sure to look up the agents at Mystical Dream Travel. You can find them at mysticaldreamtravel.com or look them up on social media. So hi, Tina. How are you today?
I'm good, Colleen. How are you on this fabulous day?
I am doing great. As you can see, it is January. I haven't taken my Christmas decorations down. They're still behind me, but that's okay.
My house is still decorated.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. So
I know. I'm always sad to take them down. So
I know. I felt like I was just talking to my husband yesterday. I felt like Christmas, like he took the outside lights down, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like it just went so fast this year. But we keep ours up till January 7th because our family celebrates Orthodox Christmas for Serbian Christmas, we call it in our family. So we keep ours up a little bit longer.
I always do too, but only just because I don't want to take them down.
That's true. And isn't it like, I'm not into the old wives' tales and stuff, but isn't it bad luck to take it down before New Year's Day?
Oh, I don't know. Is it? I like that though.
I'm gonna
roll with that.
Yes. A reason to keep them up longer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So for today's episode, I really wanted to talk about, and I keep trying to think of like a term for it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to coin a term for it, but it's family bucket list travel. And the idea behind it is you only have so many years with your kids before they graduate from high school and go on to college or
only little ones.
Or
tag only little ones.
I know. And this is something that just, I don't know, kind of just, I had like this aha moment earlier in 2022 where I was like, oh my gosh, my son, my oldest son is in 6th grade. And so I was like, I only have 6 more years. And then I don't know what he'll do, like might go to college. He might just move out. I don't know, maybe he'll stay. He says he wants to live with me forever, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Kids always say that until they're a certain age. And
yes. Then like
16-year-old. Yeah. But it occurred to me, there's so many things I want to do with them and places I want to see and experiences I want to have as a family. I better get going because I only have 6 years left. And then it'll be a lot harder to do those things. Not that you can't travel with your family after your kids are grown, but it's just harder.
Organize schedules, because right now your kids are on your travel schedule.
Right. Yeah. And if I say that's it, you're taking a week off from school and we're going to wherever, then they just go, but yeah, once they're in college or have, lives of their own and whatever, it's definitely a lot harder. So I really feel like this is something that's becoming more prevalent in our society. And you can see that in the amount of YouTubers and bloggers that are all about family travel. And of course, some of these families, I'm not going to lie, I live vicariously through them. And they're kind of like, oh, I'd like to do that. Like families that literally travel full time.
Yeah, they sell everything off, quit their jobs, and they travel.
I follow several on TikTok and bloggers and on YouTube that's what their family travels like the world, and they have like some of them have young kids, like little. Yeah. And it's amazing. And they have all these amazing experiences with their kids. And there's definitely something about that nomadic life that is appealing to me. So, my husband, on the other hand, he's like, no, I really like having a house and, and being home. He's more of a
structure
homebody.
and
More practical. But we did this. I say we, but it was really me. And I sat down and I said, where are the places I want to go with my kids? What are the things I want to do with my kids before they graduate high school? And I just kind of mapped out like year to year. And I think more and more people are thinking about this stuff, and it's on our minds. I think the pandemic also made this more like in the forefront of our minds, that you only have so much time, you never know. And
I just had this conversation last night about life is short. Now, I should say it's centered around getting on a roller coaster. It was like, just
I love that.
do it.
Life is short. Get on the roller coaster.
Get on it. And I was like, nah, still will do it. It was the topic of the Velocicoaster. But anyway, see, you're with me. I
am with you on that.
But we went into a conversation about life is short, and a friend of mine, her daughter's graduating, same age as Sarah, and her daughter's graduating in 2 years. Like, we have 2 more years left. So I'm all about exactly what you're talking about. They're only little ones. You need to enjoy it. My mother-in-law always told me that they're only yours for a little bit. And so enjoy it. And so I'm with you about like doing these trips, and like we are also trying to get as much in as we can over this next couple. Not that we wouldn't do it over college too, but once they kind of start getting their life, I think maybe you might have the first year of college to kind of still do that. But I think when they start getting the second and third year of college, they sort of have their friends and their own life, and they want to go on their own trips with their friends. And I get it. We were there once too. So
well, that's it. Their life gets busy. They're, in school, or they've got jobs, and they're, exploring who they want to be like. So it's definitely something that I don't know. I want people to really think about, because like you said, you only have them for a short period of time. So I was looking up on Google when I was thinking about this, and I found some I wanted to share before I get into what my family's bucket list travel is. The top 5 family friendly destinations according to Google. And I was really interested in these, like, because it was not really necessarily places I would have thought of. So I was like, oh wow, this is really, really cool. And they're neat places, like not, Key West or something like that.
Yes.
So top 5 family friendly destinations according to Google are Osaka, Japan.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Japan is actually one of the places on our list. Bangkok, Thailand.
Oh, okay.
I know. Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I know. I was very surprised at these places.
I would not.
I was like, really? And Bordeaux, France.
Okay.
Which I'd sign me up. I'd go there. And then Athens, Greece.
Okay. The last 2 I'm not surprised about, but the first
but the other ones, I was like, it's cool to know that these are places that other families are traveling, because I think that sometimes, especially when your kids are younger, it can be intimidating to think about traveling somewhere else in the world you've never been before. And people want to know, is it safe? People want to make sure you're not going to take your kids somewhere that's not safe.
Right.
So I thought it was interesting that these were the top 5 rated places according to Google. So
now I'm going to put this out there on Japan.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very into, especially young families, into that anime. Is it anime?
Anime, yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder, I mean, Japan would be cool. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I think it'd be super cool to see, but I wonder if that's the attraction with younger families, if that's
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think that there is
kind of out
something
there,
really
but
alluring about the culture of
mm-hmm.
Japan. And it's just so different than ours. So like if you really want to go somewhere and experience something new and
Different.
outside of your comfort zone and whatever. And I think in general, Japan is thought of as a pretty safe country to visit, like it's
I
a
think so too. I
good
agree.
destination.
I
Yeah.
agree.
There's a lot of different parts of, I mean, even though it's not a huge country, like there's all different things you can do. Like if you want to go to the city or you want to do the mountains and go snowboarding, or like there's just so many different things you can do in Japan. Like, Tokyo Disneyland.
Yeah, like Tokyo
What
Disneyland.
I want
That's
to do in
another reason
Japan.
people probably want to go to. Yeah. Tokyo.
I do. I want to go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've thought about this yet with your family, like if you what you want to do, but I thought I'd share my family bucket list that I've come up with so far. So this is my tentative plan. Now,
Okay. Okay.
number one is Hawaii. And I know for sure we're doing Hawaii because we're already booked on a trip for Hawaii this year, 2023.
Mm.
So definitely Hawaii. Now, my plan is next year we would do Alaska.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Yes. And then the year after that, Japan.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is a place that a lot of us want to go. My husband and I have always been interested in going to Japan. And even the kids now are very interested in going to Japan. And I think that will be kind of a long trip because we want to do a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And again, how often are you going to go to Japan? Like you might as well
Yeah, do it. The 10
do it
days.
up, like do
Yeah,
it right.
exactly.
And then we also would like to take the kids to Italy. That is where my husband and I had our honeymoon. My husband's actually been there a couple of times and we loved it. And we really want to take the kids there. And I'd like to pair that with like a Mediterranean cruise or something, like see more than just Italy. Like I'd love to see maybe the Greek Isles,
Mm-hmm.
some other places in the Mediterranean. And then Paris is one of the places that both of my kids have actually specifically requested
Mm-hmm.
that we go to Paris. And my husband's company that he works for is based out of Germany. So he goes to Germany often, and he's talked a lot about it'd be so great to go and do Europe, like take the train and maybe see more than one country.
It's
So
very
I think,
easy to do it over
yes,
there. So it's
exactly.
not, it's not as like challenging here, like to do different. It's very easy
Right, to get around and see multiple countries. So I think
Mm-hmm.
Paris will be, one of the definite spots we go, but then we'll probably go to some other places. And because again, like how often are you going on a European vacation? You might as
Right.
well
Right.
make the most of it. But yeah, so those are the places I'd really love to try to check
Mm-hmm.
off before the kids are, before my oldest is out of, high school. And yeah, we'll see. So I've gotten the approval of everyone in my family. I've gone over the list and they were like, yes, let's do it. I'm like, okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now I only have like 2 years left.
I know you only have
I
2 years.
mean,
I know it's hard
I
to
know, and I have a
it all
list,
in.
but I will say like I'll give myself 3 years because I kind of think that freshman year of college I can
Yeah,
ease in there. But
right.
but Hawaii is on our list, which we will be crossing off with. We will be
Yeah.
with your family as well in Hawaii. Yes, so we'll be crossing out. So I'm excited to actually cross that one off the list. It's been on my list for a while. We were supposed to go a few years ago, and then the pandemic happened, and you know how that ended.
Yep.
So I'm excited that we're going to be going. I'm excited, but we also have Paris, and we actually have plans to go to Paris in 2 years.
Nice.
We will be going that instead of a big fancy graduation party.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a trip to Paris for my daughter's graduation.
Love that idea.
Yes, yes. So, and we've moved away from big parties, and I know you have two for your kids in exchange for trips. So yeah, so that is definitely on our list. And I also have Greece. Is my daughter really would like to go to Greece, and I have Croatia. I would love to do a yacht tour of Croatia. I think would be amazing.
Wow.
And I'm pretty bougie here. So
that is amazing. I love that.
So, and one other thing that I don't think my daughter would be too crazy about, but it would be fun, is I would like to take a road trip out west.
Ooh, road trips are fun. I have not done with my, like a big one with my kids, but I've gone on a cross country road trip. And yes, my kids have asked about that too. And I think we might try to do something. My oldest actually really wants to go to Vegas. I know it's because of I never remember the name of it, but it's some like a destination. It looks like a grocery store, but it's really like this crazy maze and like experience. Experience. And I'm sure some of our listeners know what I'm talking about, but that's why he wants to go to Vegas. I know he's funny. There's actually a lot of really interesting things to do in Vegas that are family friendly.
There are
surprisingly. Yeah.
When we think of Vegas, we think of the Strip like right away.
I know, right? But there's
like a lot crazy, but there is a lot of family friendly things out there.
Yeah. Well, and there's some great magic shows, and he's really into magician. Like he loves magic and stuff. So I think we'd have to do that. And I'd love to pair it with like the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
Because none of us have ever been to the Grand Canyon.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we're thinking about that. And I'd also love to see some of the national parks. And I know that that's a very popular family bucket list thing for families to see, like how many national parks they can check off with their kids are still at home. So that's another.
No, I agree. Yep. Yeah. So that's on our list. And I'd like to take 10 days. I think it would just be so much fun in the summer. But the other thing that I really want to do, and it doesn't matter where I go on this, but I'd love to do Ama Waterways river cruise, either on the Danube or the Rhine, or the Seine, it doesn't matter. Take any of them, because I think it's just a nice way to see multiple things and do multiple things. So that is what is on our list, and I need to get moving on some of these things.
You have a shorter period of time to fit all this in than I do. So you gotta but it sounds like you're already on your way to planning a lot of it. So
yeah, we have the Hawaii and Paris, and I think a river cruise will probably be
amazing.
Maybe 2024. I don't know.
There you go. Right. So, and also I want to mention that we're going to be doing a series on multi-generational travel.
Yes.
Because that kind of ties into what we're talking about, because I think that is part of this family bucket list, is that more and more families are thinking about traveling with their extended family too, like grandparents and aunts and uncles, or maybe even the grandparents taking the kids, to places before, to experience things. And I've seen a huge resurgence of that after the pandemic, that people are really interested in that. So you'll have to tune in to our multi-generational travel series. We're going to start that at the end of the month, and we're going to go over all of the ins and outs about multi-generational travel. So I'm really excited about that.
I am too. I think it's going to be a good series. So it's going to be over a period of a couple of months. So I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah. So, we are interested to know, what are your family travel bucket list items, destinations? So share it with us in the comments. Where are you wanting to take your kids, and what do you want to experience with your kids before they are all grown up and leaving the nest? Have you share any of the same ones as us, or maybe you have different ones? We'd love to know. Be sure to subscribe and follow, leave us a review, check us out on YouTube as well. And if you haven't already, and until next time, we hope all of your travels are magical.